Good morning, everyone. Strafegal. We are playing some more Dragon Warrior. Last time we ended at level 7, and I was doing a little grind to get some gold. We have concluded our grind at this point, and we are ready to head to the next area, so we can grind again. This is how this works. So, we are heading up to Garenham. We are walking on the grass tiles to minimize our encounters. And we are picking up the hand axe. So this is a pretty big upgrade. Status, not stairs. That boosts our attack power up about to 33, which I believe we were at in the 20s before, still, or like low 20s before. Pretty big upgrade. And that's going to allow us to make good use of the sleep spell that we got. It's going to allow us to be more efficient. Also means that we can one-shot a lot more of these enemies. Possibly the magicians? No, two-shot magicians. But it does mean we can do a lot. It means we can be a lot more mana efficient when dealing with things like magicians. Once again, we're sticking to the grass. The encounter rate on grass is about half of what it is in a lot of other areas. Let's see here, we want to go across the bridge. Just me checking my map. Okay. Magidraki. Oh, starting off with hurt. That's gonna be a bit rough. We can almost one-shot Magidrakis. And I think at this point we do a heal. I'm realizing as I say that, when the Magidraki shows up, I should be using Sleep to minimize the chances of it using Hurt. Unfortunately, it did wake up after one turn, which is always a possibility, but... Okay, sleep. Fight. We have had really bad luck with our sleep so far. Luckily, at this point, again, with the equipment we've got and the levels we've got, we actually have pretty solid... Where are we? Oh. I am actually further east than I thought. This is the downside of having a very, the map I'm using is color-coded for the enemy zones, rather than just a blank, you know, exact colored map. So I couldn't tell that this was desert, because in the image that I've got, it's like teal. So I was like, where is... I don't even see a desert over here. The trees are what gave it away. Okay, this is the first new enemy we fought in a little while. This is a skeleton. Skeletons are kind of the next tier up. Little scary, but if we can keep them asleep, we'll be okay. $11.24. Nice. You can see there once again, there's a pretty big jump. This is the village of Pole. Thank you. Dreadful is the South Island. Great strength and skill and wit only will bring thee back from that place. That is really awkwardly phrased. Please save us from the minions of the Dragon Lord. Yep, that is the goal. Weapons and armor. Okay, so we've got that hand axe that we bought, but we also now have a few more armor options, the half plate and the full plate. East of Hawksness, there's a town, 'tis said, where one may purchase weapons of extraordinary quality. And that is true. We'll go there eventually. That's a ways off. In legends, it is said that fairies know how to put the golem to sleep. That is awesome. Golem is afraid of the music of the flute, so 'tis said. This bath cures rheumatism. Thanks. Hast thou seen Nestor? Yeah, with Nestor. Okay, so these tiles are swamp. That means we're gonna take damage from stepping on them. Though thou art as brave as thy ancestor, thou cannot defeat the Dragon Lord with such weapons. Thou shouldst come here again. Okay, that's not helpful. I went off to the west there, even though it's gonna require us exiting and coming back, because it didn't feel like it was... it was one less square, basically, that we had to step in. Art thou the descendant of Edric? Hast thou any proof? No. Hast thou been to the southern island? The south, I believe there's a town called Rimmildar. Thanks. Rimmildar is the place to buy keys. Oh, suddenly we're a lot more interested in Rimmildar. Okay, so what do we need here? We have a torch. I'm not sure. I I know we need a bunch more gold before we continue. Or rather, when we get to the next town, because Rimuldar, as said, is where you buy keys. And keys are important. Okay. So there's supposed to be more... I could have sworn there was more hints than in that town, but oh well. Oops, sorry. Looking at maps. So I'm kind of torn here. I think, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and... head... this way, and hope that we don't get jumped by too many skeletons. So, this area right here is another good example of where having this zone map is very powerful. So the section we're in currently is part of the pink zone, which is the section that has ghosts, red slimes, Drakis, and magicians. It's kind of this middle section here. The section one square to the right of this is scorpions, magidrakis, ghosts, magicians, and skeletons. So by kind of walking right along that line, we actually minimize how many encounters we're taking that are on that higher scale. Thy bravery must be proven, thus I propose a test. There's a silver harp that beckons to the creatures of the Dragon Lord. Bring this to me, and I will reward thee with the Staff of Rain. We have another fetch quest here. Okay. I'm trying to think here, because I'd kind of like to get a bit more before we go to the next area, because the next area, it ramps the enemies up quite a bit. So I think we do need to do a little bit more grind. And in this particular case, I think what that means is that we're going to be heading back and doing the next section, or the next, it's technically an optional cave. Because I think that's going to be the most efficient way to get the experience and money we need. So, unfortunately, to get to the next... My overall next goal which we don't have to necessarily, it's just a lot easier. My next goal is to get to at least level 9, which is 2 more levels at this point. And I'd like to potentially get an upgrade. If we can get the money, I'd like to get that, or to get an upgrade on at least our shield coming up here. And possibly our armor as well. And the reason we can do this is because we're going to be using a different style of grind for the next section. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, so the encounter rate in this game is a strict random number thing. So each tile has a 1 in X chance of triggering a random encounter. And for grass tiles, it's only a 1 in 24 chance. So 4% encounter rate, and we're getting a lot right there. So we need 150 more XP. And the gold is a whole different matter. So we currently have 300 gold. And our next goal for gold is going to be... I'm thinking... Ideally, we'd like to get 3,800 gold for the next section. And that's a lot. We may not actually go for it yet. We may just go for the shield first. Okay, we're heading down into this section here. This is where that bridge was, where I was doing my grind earlier. So this is... Let's see, what was that? Magicians, Scorpions, Magidraki, and Ghosts. That is not a good start. We need to keep healthy. Okay. Let's get out of those hills. Hills have a high encounter rate. And I think I am reading this map wrong. Is it further? Is further down? Question mark? No, it should be right here. The more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking that I'm maybe going a little early for this, but we'll try it. Okay. This is what I was afraid of. So we're gonna do a little bit of running away here. And we are gonna stick to the coast here. A little too far. Okay, so we're heading to this cave. And the reason this is valuable is twofold. One, there is an item here that's going to be very helpful. And two, is because when you go into a cave, generic treasure chests respawn each time you go through. So the monsters in this cave are on the border of scary. A lot of them are kind of on... I'd say the skeletons that we've run into are probably a little scarier than what we've dealt with here. But things like Druins, which are right here, should be about on par with what we've been dealing with. And they give about the same experience. Okay, so we passed this stairway. Ghost, we can deal with ghosts. This floor is not the bad one, just to be clear. Yes. Okay. And honestly, getting an herb there is going to be very helpful as well. That saves us a little MP. We can heal without having to spend magic on it. And I'm actually going to use that right now. Stairs. Okay, we are now on the second floor. This is where it's gonna get scary, because we can get fights with kind of the next tier of enemies at this point. So we're going to be hopefully making a beeline for first the most important item, and then we'll go back for the gold. Okay. How much HP do these guys have? They have a lot. Okay. So that's actually another trick here. If an enemy is asleep, you can run away from them. Okay. Spare torch. And the fighter's ring. So currently we are at 33 attack power. Oop. That is weird. It's supposed to give a +2 to strength and agility. I'm very confused. I know it works in some versions of the game at least, so maybe there's something weird going on. Of course, the thing that the good gold chest is further away. Drakima. Okay, Drakimas are a little less scary than... The Warlock that we ran into is the scariest thing that we can run into. I think Drakimas we should be okay to attack. Yep. They only have 20 hit points. And one of the actions that they will sometimes do is healing themselves. And so as long as you're doing more damage than their heal, you're good. And right there, you see why this is going to be our goal for this section. That was 120 gold. Actually, I think it was 119. It slightly varies. Drolls are one of those... Drolls and Druins in particular. I'm really curious if there is an inspiration for those. I may have to look that up. Because Dragon Warrior is one of the only games that I have seen those particular monsters in that I can remember. Like, no mythology that I've seen it based on, and maybe it's Japanese. Japanese mythology has some weird looking stuff in it. But I'm guessing that these are, possibly an Akira Toriyama original thing. Which, I guess I haven't mentioned. So, there are three kind of creators that are often considered to be responsible for Dragon Warrior. There's Yuji Horii, who is the primary... Oh crap, where am I? Okay. Who is the primary game developer. He's the producer. Basically, he's done a lot of the stuff that deals with the writing or the like the general game design. Then there's Akira Toriyama, who is, or if you're not familiar with, is most well known as the creator of Dragon Ball, who did a lot of the concept art. So if you think about maybe it's a phantom thing. Anyway, yeah. So he did a lot of the concept art, a lot of the character design, including a lot of the monster design. So the style of like the, I think to me the most notable is the slimes. definitely have that feeling, and if you look at a lot of other Dragon Quest games, there's definitely that carryover between the art that is very his style. A lot of the character designs, especially. And then the third is Koichi Sugiyama, who is the musical director, composer for all of them, up until his recent death. And the three of them have worked on, I believe, every Dragon Quest game, 1 through 11. So, part of the reason that Dragon Quest, as a series, has such a strong through line in the style, in the feel of it, is because of the fact that the same people have made it, which is really cool. Okay. So, I said this was going to be our grind. Now I get to fully explain it. As I said, regular chests respawn every time you go into a cave. So, that means that every time we go into that cave, we're going to get a replacement torch, an herb, and that chest with 120 gold. So, it may take a while, still, but it goes a lot faster at this point. We get a little bit of healing to carry us over, and the higher level we get, because we are currently at 771, so maybe we grind the rest of the way to 8 outside of it at this point. Even just getting the fighter's ring will help a little bit. But once we hit 8, then that journey into the cave will be a little bit safer, a little bit smoother. And as we've seen, we don't have to take fights on that top floor. We can run away. We can avoid the scarier fights to some extent. Okay, we are down to 24 experience needed. So I'm going to continue my way back down to the cave here. And we'll end this video once I get up to the next level. Because we've seen what I'm doing. And I am always as I've said a couple times now, my plan for this is not to show you the entirety of the game. It's to show you everything in the game once, and then I'll do the repeated parts offline. Because there's a lot of repeated parts in this game. So I think you should, even just dealing with things like these ghosts and these druids you can see it goes a lot faster, and again, magicians, that was a really low roll. Like, we've been one-shotting magicians on occasion. Scorpion, let's go sleep here. We don't need to, but we do want to be efficient with our MP. And of course it wakes up right away anyway. Next fight. This'll kind of give us that... Yep. So there's our herb. And at this point, technically, I would say let's go this way first. Courage and wit have served us well. We have been promoted to the next level. Thy power increases by 4, pretty solid. Thy response speed increases by 3, again, pretty solid boost here. Maximum hit points by 5, that's actually a pretty good jump. We go from 39 to 44. And maximum magic by 3, which I believe takes us to 27, which is not significant. The important ones, again, are that strength and agility and the max HP right now. Yeah, I'm understanding why we were told that skeletons were a little outside of our range. Going back and forth on debating whether I want to conserve MP or herbs more, and realizing that we could be using this to farm herbs. Warlocks are outside of our range for sure. That their hurt spell gives them a big chance to really put the hurt on. Think I'm going the right way? Drolls we should just be able to punch. I think I went the wrong way, but I think it might actually be the right way in disguise. And I promise that makes sense. Yep. Okay, poltergeists. We haven't seen these yet. So this is the last of the enemies that shows up in this cave. They have a very high chance of casting Hurt, which is bad. They have a 3 out of 4 chance that they're going to use Hurt. It's higher than magicians or anything that we've dealt with. So we definitely want to put them to sleep. And we definitely want to run away. Torch. Wait, what? Okay. Apparently we can get more than one fighter's ring. I didn't think that was how that worked. Crap. There we go. These things are making me nervous. About that herb I was saving. Oh my gosh. We're just getting... Yeah. Okay. And that is about what I'm going to be looking forward to. The good news is, at 900 gold, we can afford the large shield, which is in Garenham. So once we get out of the cave here, we can head up to Garenham, and then from there across back to Castle. Having that extra boost in defense from the shield will once again give us a little easier time of this, so that we can continue our grind. At this point, we need, let's see, we need to get to 1300, so 450 experience, quite a ways. And we've got enough gold for the first buy, which is the shield. I think by the time we get level 9, which is, again, our next big boost, it's a pretty sizable boost in strength, notably, as well as the Radiant spell, which will allow us to enter caves without having to use a torch. That should be good. So, I think we're going to wrap here. As I said, I'm gonna head up by the large shield, and then we are going to rinse and repeat this particular route probably several more times. You know, the chests only had 100 gold, 110 gold, but we still made 300 gold on that trip. So it's, again, we're making a pretty solid amount of gold, and each time we go, it's going to get a little easier. So we'll see how many trips it ends up taking me. But in a way, this is honestly a little bit more interesting of a grind than just walking back and forth in one spot. Or just taking steps towards a town, which is apparently enough to grind off of as... Oh my god. I want to get to town so I can buy the shield so I can end this video. Why won't you let me game? Don't mind me. Large shield. Okay. So, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.